erections, better libido, better sex drive. I'm going to give you 2 powerful tools that will help you get to where you want to be. And the great thing is they're both free, and one is so free it even saves you money. So what I'm talking about is the sexual performance scale. And it's a scale of 1 to 10. And scale of 1 to 10, what do you think you are? And I know some of you guys are like, well, I'm 15. I was like, if you are, why are you here looking at this video? But what I need for you to do is be honest. And the other thing we're going to talk about is intermittent fasting. I know when I said fasting, some guys are like, oh, I don't want to do that. Well, it has a lot of great benefits, and it's not as bad as you think if you do it the right way. I've done it myself. I'm going to give you the lessons that I learned personally. And hey, my name is Brian Ayers, aka Uncle B, and I'm the sexual performance coach with African Fly. And I really want to thank everybody who's come to this channel, subscribed, and we've got 10,000 subscribers in a month. I mean, it's absolutely exploded. We got a lot of people making comments, a lot of guys giving suggestions on what they think will help with your sexual performance. We're glad that you're sharing. I want to give a thank you to all of you, especially Shine 2018, Raymond, Lamont, High Flyer, Kevin Woods. I appreciate all your comments, all the love. There was so many questions. We're now going to do questionable Mondays, where I'll just take the most common questions and answer them so we can all share and get the information that we need to have a better sexual performance, have a better life, have better health, all of that together. And so specifically, what I want to talk about is how to score yourself on the sexual performance scale and how to use intermittent fasting without causing a drag on your life and it seeming like it's horrible because you can't figure it out. I went through it. I actually did intermittent fasting for the past 2 days, didn't eat till 1 o'clock today, didn't even notice it. It's just a part of my lifestyle now. And I used to love breakfast. I used to kill breakfast. I used to work at McDonald's morning shift. Yes, I'm a breakfast fool, and I learned to change that up. But if you like what you hear, go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, ask your questions, give your comments. We love to hear from you. With all that said, let me break this down till it can't be broken anymore. Okay, the sexual performance scale. I came up with this scale because people would ask, about African Fly, which is an all-natural liquid aphrodisiac. It increases your testosterone levels naturally. It's a very good thing, but will it work for me? And the answer is yes, it'll work for you. And no, it depends where you are on the sexual performance scale. I came up with that scale to make it easier to figure out where you are. And so here's the breakdown of that scale. If you are at 8, 9, or 10, 10 being the highest, that means that your erections are very strong. You're having morning erections, spontaneous erections, erections on demand. And not only that, your erections are not just straight out, they're up at a 45-degree angle because your core is tight. If you are 5, 6, or 7, that's where most people who come to African Fly are. That's because, your erections are not where they used to be, and sex drive is not the same. You lose your erections. You need a lot of stimulation to get things going. Or if you're sitting in that area, African Fly can help you 1 to 2 points, but you will also need some other pieces of advice that we give so to help speed that process up and also make it much better. You can go further up the scale. If you are a 1, 2, 3, or 4, you have some serious problems. Your penis sort of indicates where you are with your health-wise, especially your cardiovascular system and your testosterone levels, which obviously are important for your overall health. So you really need to pay attention and execute. This isn't time to play around because it's not just erections or sexual health. This is life or death. So really pay attention, look for ways, educate yourself. Got it? Got it. So that's the sexual performance scale, but let's hop over to the intermittent fasting, because to me, that is the most powerful way you can change your body the fastest, because your body is designed to heal itself and it doesn't really need as much help as we try to give it. I learned about intermittent fasting through Terry Crews, the big dude who always does this stuff when he takes his shirt off on all the shows and things like that. Hey, he's on to something. He's over 50 and he's built. So what intermittent fasting is basically not eating for a 16-hour window. So you don't eat between, let's say, 6 p.m. in the evening and 12 noon the next day. The only thing you have is water, unsweetened coffee, or unsweetened tea. Even the tea, you're not supposed to get the mango or the apple flavor or anything like that because it has extra sweeteners in it. You don't want any sweeteners going into your body at all. That's what makes the intermittent fasting so effective. And there are a ton of benefits to this. Now, before I get into the benefits, let me clear out some of the myths, because some people will say, well, you have to eat breakfast. No, you don't. That's a commercial. They're trying to get you to eat some Cocoa Puffs. You don't need to eat Cocoa Puffs first thing in the morning. In fact, your testosterone levels develop while you're asleep. And as soon as you wake up, your testosterone levels are still going up. As soon as you eat, your testosterone levels stop. So it's better to allow your testosterone levels to go up as high as possible. So some of the benefits of intermittent fasting is weight and body loss. Of course, you want to increase fat burning, lowered blood insulin and sugars. Some people have been cured of type 2 diabetes. I said cured of type 2 diabetes by doing intermittent fasting and what they call medical fasting. It improves your mental clarity and your memory. You get more energy. Testosterone levels go up by 180%. I mean, all of these wonderful things. Me personally, what has happened? I got clearer skin. My fingernails grow much faster. Like I said, the memory is sharper. All of these things work in your favor. Better skin. It's a ton of benefits. And, once you start doing it, you will notice those benefits. And the reason why it works like this is because when your intestines are empty, basically your body will it's efficient. It will take the most recent thing you ate and it will use that as energy. It will go to that. When your intestines are empty, then it will go to the rest of your body to pull energy from your fat stores. And remember, you have both energy and diseases stored in your fat. So you're now releasing all of that. So you're becoming healthier. The reason for that is because our ancestors, they didn't have a refrigerator sitting at home. So they had to get up first thing in the morning. There were no Cocoa Puffs. There wasn't a McDonald's down the street. You had to go out and you had to find food. And so your body is designed when you don't have food in there. It's like, hey, how can I get more food? Well, it clears up your memory because it's like, ancient ancestor, the food was over there, but I went back over there. There's no more food. I have to think more. So your brain produces more cells, and so, it connects more synapses. So you can go and figure out where to get more food. Also, your fingernails, for better hunting, and just everything that you need is already programmed within you. All the chemicals will kick in, but if you have a bunch of stuff in your stomach, it takes a longer time for it to develop. So intermittent fasting is powerful for that reason. Now, let's talk about how to do it, because this is the most important part. Most people start off wrong because they're like, oh, I'm about to fast, so let me eat everything that I want to so I can, feel satiated. No, don't do that. No, you're about to mess it all up. You want to have what your body will go back to in the morning to be comfortable. If you're drinking like alcohol, eating a whole bunch of bad crap, it's going to go to the bad crap. First thing, as soon as it gets hungry, it's like, oh, what's here? And you're going to feel bad. I saw this lady say, oh, well, I went on the fast and, I drank a Diet Dr. Pepper before I started. I was like, that's the worst thing you could possibly do. What are you doing, lady? Yeah, because her body went back to whatever that extra sweetener chemical formula that her body had no idea what to do with, and it caused her pain. This lady looked like she was having heroin withdrawals. Just, this is awful. Well, yeah. So be careful about the last thing you ate. Sleep is important. Sleep is very important because it makes everything easier to deal with. Figure out distractions. When it comes to, basically, you have to think of it this way. If you've ever taken care of a baby, you have to put a baby on a feeding schedule so they'll eat when you want them to eat, where you're still the same way. You were a baby once and you can have a feeding schedule. Right now, your feeding schedule, it has been, first thing in the morning or 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, something like that. With me, I started at 7 o'clock and it took time for me to change my feeding schedule. I went from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Now I go to 1 o'clock with no problems. Several times I've, not eaten for, 24 hours and really didn't notice because I was so busy doing other things. I had reset my schedule. I was sleeping better. All these things added up to make the intermittent fasting much easier. And the other thing to really remember is do not overeat when you're coming out of your intermittent fasting, because that's not helpful either. You don't have to overeat. You don't need to compensate for, I need to get all these calories back. The most important thing to me is to notice the results, because you need your own level of encouragement. When I realized my fingernails were growing faster, I was like, oh my goodness, this is great. When I realized that I wasn't waking up with aches and pains and things like that, of course, that was great. And working out, had more energy, could lift more. All of these things when you have that in your mind, it's like, oh, I'd rather not eat than to avoid having, all these wonderful benefits. Even working out fasted, I work out first thing in the morning and I don't eat anything before I do that. Way more energy, better workout, stronger workout. So those are the benefits and how to do intermittent fasting. I could do a whole webinar on that, probably will, because it's a lot more stuff. I'm trying to squeeze it in here really quick. So as always, subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, ask those questions. We really appreciate those. And I have 2 questions for you. The first one, will you try it? There are other videos on YouTube you can look at. I'll try to link some of them down below, the people that I've listened to and trusted on this and learned from. And the other one is for the guys who have done intermittent fasting. How were your results? What did you go through? Let us know. We appreciate that. So thank you guys. This is Uncle B. Hey, peace out.